No, darling, let me go.
Oh.
Hello, good evening, and welcome. You all right, guys?
Hi,
Hey.
everybody.
Let's
Hey.
just put some comments so I can see whoever's in there. Good evening, everybody, every matey peeps, and welcome back to the show. Tonight we have the mad Scottish person that is Lois joining us, who is she's a paranormal investigator for Team Haggis. So we will translate if you can't quite understand what she's saying. So
The good thing is you caught me just in time. I just finished knitting a scarf.
Oh, did you? Oh, let me see. I want to see.
I knitted a nice black and white costume here for my cat.
It doesn't exist.
She's sporting it now. She's normally black, so she's got a nice black and white costume. Why she's showing me her arse, I don't know. But
I would show you the scarf, but it's invisible.
I've been doing a lot in that myself, actually.
There you go.
That's why my hands are like that, like claws.
Lots of knitting.
Oh God, yeah.
Tons and tons of knitting.
Hello.
In this knitting circle. So the Wayne is sporting the Beirut look tonight, by the looks of it. You're going to start reading people's palms, aren't you?
That looks like the woman out of the life of Brian.
Oh, yes.
The Messiah is a very naughty boy. Brian, come in and clean your room.
Hey everybody, Victoria, Nicola, Joe, I think I saw Eric in there. Yes, I did. Annette, Robert, everyone else. So yeah, tonight we thought we'd talk about paranormal teams, because we don't normally touch on like ghosties and ghoulies, because quite frankly I don't like touching on Wayne's ghoulies. So I thought we'd talk about what you could wear on investigations and what equipment you could use that would be good, things like that. And we're going to talk about some people with real sort of like superhuman powers, but not superhuman powers as you see in the DC world, but things like echolocation and super strength and stuff like that. So, and maybe some UFOs or aliens, but we shall see. So, anyway, and Rita. So, yeah, moving swiftly on. Right.
I'm just going to pop off for a second.
Bob is not here. Oh, Rita, Sue, and Bob too. I get it. Rita, Sue, and Bob too. Where's he gone?
He went. They just left us too.
All right. So now then, Lois, when you go on investigation, what do you like to wear?
What do I like to wear? Whatever makes me feel comfortable. See, everybody, we've had a few talks about this, and everybody likes to wear black. It just depends, because it depends on where I'm going, and depends on what the season is. Because I've seen myself when I'm out in investigations, if it's good weather, I'll wear 3/4 lengths. But if it's cold, and everybody knows how cold it is in Scotland, I end up wrapping up like an Eskimo.
Fair enough. Do you wear team logos? Do you wear hoodies and T-shirts with team logos on?
No, well, depends if I'm in a team or not. Because I'm pretty much a freelancer and I freelance at my own leisure. No, really. Even if I'm out with a team, because there is a couple of teams that I do go out with. They don't even, one of them has like a team logo and has like, the T-shirts and everything else and the jumpers, and the other one doesn't. So I just like where I used to like be in a couple of teams, like one of the teams I used to be in, we did have a polo shirt, and that was the first ever team that we were in. And we got asked what colour we would want it, and personally, I would want it.
I'm just translating.
Personally, I wanted it lilac. Good luck sign language on lilac, by the way. So I wanted lilac because that's obviously my favourite colour. But I totally agree, Nettie, that's the way it is. But yeah, so I'm pretty much just whatever kind of weather it is, I just dress to the occasion. That's it.
It's quite frankly, as far we've spoken about this loads of times before. We've all spoken about it with Viv on her shows and stuff as well. You wear what you want. If you want to wear a T-shirt with your team name on, go for it. If you want to wear a hoodie with team name on it, go for it. If you want to use kitten bars, use them. If you want to use a K2 meter, use them. It's not hurting anybody, and if it helps you, you use it. Just wear some scout boots, something warm. Take a jacket.
Yeah, but I think as well is when you've got teams going out doing public events, wearing a team T-shirt is essential because then that helps you identify them from the other people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go into a Pizza Hut restaurant and see the staff dressed up like everybody else. You don't get on a bus and see the bus driver not wearing a uniform.
Well, you'd be done for exposure and decent exposure.
Yeah. But teams that are going out doing public events will wear a team T-shirt so they can be identified quicker. So it might have their team name on their left breast pocket and crew written on the back or whatever.
I said breast.
Oh my God, you 5-year-old.
Be careful. Be careful. It's like you might insult chihuahuas and stuff like that.
The PC brigade might get involved.
Wayne said breast.
So I don't see what the problem is. I always wear black regardless. It doesn't matter whether I'm out shopping or I'm out with visiting relatives or whatever, or at a funeral, I wear black regardless. I couldn't care less. I always wear black. But there is also another thing. If you're not a team and you just go out investigating to, I don't know, post videos or whatever, black is also a good colour to wear simply because of night vision cameras. On night vision, black turns to white. So where's the issue?
I'm sure Michael Jackson was trying to do that. Wouldn't it have been a lot cheaper for him to film live videos in it?
So, yeah.
Well, you've seen how Frighteners turned on Friday night when we were having this conversation, and then we got into about a 20-minute talk about Crocs, and I was sending Nick a pair of Crocs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. One day, if I ever see any of you lot wearing Crocs, just no.
You couldn't get any in my size anyway. I don't think I would need to go to a man's size because of the size of my feet. Because I'm a size 10.5 in foot.
Jesus Christ!
Did she say 10.5?
Yeah.
You did say 10.5. Yes.
I'm 11.
I'm a 10.5 in the foot. Yeah.
I got big feet.
Well, you know what they say about big feet.
And a big nose.
I'll be having a look in the mirror now to see.
Someone said to me once, though, and oh, you know what they say about a big nose? I said, yeah, I can smell a fire 10 miles away.
That's actually a pretty good one.
We got extra sensory perceptors in our nostrils. See, I can smell bullshit all the way from Bristol. And I'm still smelling it. What tedious link there was there, eh? That's one for the knitting club.
Oh,
sorry, I cracked a joke.
Oh wow.
Anyway, Mark, on with the show. Or have you frozen?
I just think that's his facials.
I think he's frozen. He ain't blinked yet. He ain't blinked in ages. He's playing the stair game. What's going on? Oh,
he is. Oh, it's just us two. And now it was us two. Maybe his cat balls froze his internet.
I'm back.
Don't leave him, Lois.
I have no idea what happened then.
Ooh. We think someone cast a spell on you.
Someone's going to.
I'm sorry, it's the peacock of love coming along, the cockatiel of love, like casting spells on everybody. And like, no internet. Yeah, the whole thing's fun off.
He just froze like you were doing a staring contest.
Because I smell.
Actually, at first I thought he was taking the piss.
No, it all went down. Literally, I was there going, "Why the internet gone?"
I must admit, I think there's been a lot of issues with a lot of internet companies over the last day or so because our TV has been up as well.
I got no idea what happened there.
Anyway,
that's very bizarre, wasn't it? So yeah, maybe we were talking about. We're going.
What?
Maybe somebody. I say, Lewis, what were you going to say?
Oh, Julie chap, I can't remember now.
Yeah,
I don't know. The last thing I said was about being able to smell bullshit from Bristol, and then you
exactly.
Do you know it's strange that because I go down to Somerset a lot, and every time we go over the bridge, as you get near Bristol, there's a slight nutty twang in the air.
That'll be the Reese's depot, I think, nearby.
It could be the Reese's depot. Are you having an attack on the Reese's depot and their guard dogs? Are you personally saying that their guard dogs make you look gay or anything like that? Because I'm not. Are you?
It must be the Chihuahuas.
I don't know. There's all this weird stuff going around at the moment. It's terrible.
You three are terrible.
Anyway.
And we said we weren't going to do anything like this.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, my PR in the background.
Hi, Ellen.
She said you weren't going to do anything like that, and we have.
I said you were terrible.
You're going to hell.
Terrible? What are you talking about? We haven't done anything.
No, that is true. That is true.
Ellen, shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth and look at my wad.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your trap.
You tell them, Ellen. I support you if they say kick the cunt in.
So yes, you guys in the chat room, what do you like to take on your investigations? I mean, do you like to wear team hoodies, team t-shirts? Do you like to play with your cat balls? Do you like to take a K2? Do you like to take small children on leads? Do you like to take, I don't know, pet UFOs? Do you like to take your dogs? Do you like to take German Shepherds? Do you like to take cats, chihuahuas, pigeons? What do you like to do? What do you like to take on the investigations?
I like to take my homemade Ouija board.
I can tell you what, mate.
I knew that was coming.
I like the way it says down the bottom there. It looks all right, that does, and I like the numbers there. I think it's really cool.
I originally did that over a Union Jack.
No, we ripped the Union Jack.
I actually really like that. That's pretty cool.
There was a Union flag underneath, and we took that off, and I painted the Ouija board on it.
Well, I think that looks really good. I do. I think that's really good, days. Do you know, every now and again I keep speaking in tongues. Something strange comes over me and I start speaking with a Somerset accent. It's because I used to live in Charlton.
I think you used to have been possessed.
Wash your hands.
By Dick Casey.
That's fake.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what could have come.
I'll pray for you, brothers.
You do that, like I think you may need to do that. Like I think I need a holy enema or something like that because the amount of shit that's coming out of me lately, I need to sort that out. I tell you. Right. So
holy water, yes.
Testicles, wallet, and watch. Right.
Crumbs! I got that all the way from Scotland.
I know. So holy water.
I got the other eye that time. Oh.
Well, I like to throw the holy water everywhere, you know.
What's Andy been saying? Let's have a look. You don't need a big sniffer for that. What?
Oh.
Joe's a size 10 in shoes.
Who?
I must be watching on the Simply Spooky one because I'm not getting any
I've
of
got
that.
size 8. I wear size 8. And
Well,
you
yeah.
guys have got size 10 adults.
Oh, size 10.5. Yeah, I'm not kidding you on. Seriously, I find it really difficult to get women's shoes.
And I thought I had big feet.
I know, love, it's an awful problem.
I used to have to get school shoes from, I couldn't go to Clark's to get them. I struggled to find shoes that fit.
Well, Ellen, if you know any good places where I could get shoes for my feet, please send them to me, honey.
Right, so what size are your feet there, Ellen?
Well, I'm just proving I'm a good ventriloquist, all right? Carry on.
What size are they?
I'm a 7.
See, it works.
Wayne, make me feel better. What size are you?
Right, Lois.
I'm size 11.
Oh, yes, fucking in. At least there's somebody with me in this one with the big foot.
Well, hence the conversation about big feet and big noses.
Well,
We
Yeah,
just-
now
we-
you
we-
make
the Scottish big feet.
We can smell our own feet without
Hairy
having
then.
to sniff.
now you make me look at my nose thinking to myself, is that the issue here?
Eric, size 11, that is UK size 10, isn't it? Yeah, so Eric is size 10.
Yay! But that doesn't help me as a woman.
On a different note, and this is all to do with the paranormal, so next time I go investigating, I will have a C3PO metal leg next time, not an R2D2 one.
Oh, smashing.
Yeah.
I think R2D2 is going to be quite upset about that.
Well, I'll have the two, hopefully. I'll have a matching pair. I'll have the R2D2 one, and I'll have the C3PO one, so I can mix in between.
So
that makes
so
me
are
so
they-
hard listening to
So
that.
what was causing
Right, anyway.
what was causing the problem with the R2D2 one?
It's too small. Basically, it was made 6 years ago. It was too small. You know, I used to go to the gym and everything, so and I like me food, so I'm built for comfort, not for speed these days.
So in other words, the R2D2 one just couldn't hack it any longer.
It's where they've had to take bits off to make it. You know, like when you get a pair of shoes and you have to ease the back and you have to wear it in and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's the same with you smelly fucker dog. Oh, is that a cat? Oh, that's disgusting. Anyway, yeah, they just have to ease it off, and then in the end they went, do you know what? Let's just let them make one. So they're going to make one. I shall be sporting the new C3PO one, and when I do, I shall show it to you guys. And the whole reason it's getting pushed through is because I'm away with the army, not this weekend, next weekend. On me course, because I'm going back in the TA at the old rank. Well, I'm going on a course this weekend, next weekend, and I pick the leg up finally the Friday that I'm away. So I go down, pick it up, come home, grab my stuff, and go. So, but I will take a photo and I will put it onto the Dark Mirror show for you.
Oh, wow.
So I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, what was I going to say? I am going to try and get us a date for doing a UFO watch up at Thingy's Point in Scarborough. Yeah, that place. I don't want to shout up to Rachel because she's in the bathtub. Thingy's Point, Monument, Mount. Oliver's Mount in Scarborough. And we'll do a live UFO watch from there. And
Oliver Mount? Oliver Mount what?
Oliver's Mount. It's a one of the highest. I think it's Oliver's Mount. It's got a twin in Bristol, so like Richard's Mount, Dick Mount, something like that. I can't remember. But Oliver's Mount in Scarborough is where we're going to do the UFO thing from. Hopefully, Andy will be down because he's just down the road and he's on the Dark Mirror team. And hopefully, a few of you guys will come down and join us. And anybody out there watching who wants to come and join us, keep watching because
well, not everybody out there watching.
Oh, aye. You don't want any gate crashers.
Certain people are banned from this show, and if certain people turn up at any of our lives, that really would not be a good idea because the police will be escorting certain people away. So, yeah.
So either that, or they'll do the old you'll do the old cheese rolling festival thing that they do in Gloucestershire. When they chuck the cheese wheel down the hill, don't they? And people go chasing after it. So you could do that. You could do that at Ollie's Mount, can't you? Chuck them down and then throw the cheese after them.
I was thinking of running the sticks.
Yeah,
bashing
throw heavy bells at them.
But yeah, we are going to do that from Oliver's Mount one night, and it's right at the top of Scarborough. And it looks out over the whole of the bay, and it's such a view. And there's been documented UFO cases up there, really good ones. You chuck that like the it's haggis flavored Pepsi. Anyway, so we can do that. And superhumans, look at her face on that. So we were doing superhuman strength, weren't we? Welly chucking.
Well, I think it was more superhuman abilities.
Superhuman abilities. Because I actually
like the lady who was able to smell if people had Parkinson's disease or not.
I saw that.
That's right.
Oh,
that's
quite
simply because she smelled it. It sounds weird, but her husband came home and he had this funny smell about him, and she was a bit concerned, so she made him, go and have a wash or shower or whatever it was, and she could still smell it. And over a course of time, the smell got worse, and eventually it turned out he had Parkinson's disease. And then she tried to warn people, let them know, and researchers know that she was able to smell this, and they laughed her off. But then she kept smelling it, and in the end, after trying, they finally gave in and said, right, okay, we'll do these tests. And they set her in a room of 20 people, and she detected every single case of Parkinson's disease apart from one. But the one that she didn't detect, that they claimed hadn't got Parkinson's disease, was in the very early stages of developing it, to the point where it was almost undetectable. And so, of course, now they've turned around and gone, right, well, we've got to look into how she was able to smell it. Why is she the only, sort of the only person that's able to have that ability? And how has that ability come about? It's a bit of a strange one. How you're able to smell a disease in somebody. It's like dogs being able to sense if somebody's got cancer and things like that.
Dogs can. I'm just wondering how my ex-wife never could smell cancer when I'd had it so many times. But that's beside the point. What I was going to say is, when you think about superpowers and everything, those of you out there who've got, who are genuinely gifted and genuinely like clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, whichever, that's, as far as I'm concerned, it's like a superhuman gift. I have a thing, Wayne knows it, everybody knows about it, where I can meet somebody, whether it be like here on a thing like this or Zoom, or if I meet you in person, and like within a split second, all this information. I don't even know how to say it. All this information comes into me, and I can say, I know if you're a good person or a bad person, or somebody to avoid, or if you're a complete and utter asshole. But I get even more information if I like shake hands and touch. As soon as I'm like literally that, and I get the info, and then and it's always been right, and I get that from my dad. So, have any of you got strange powers, Wayne? Keep it clean.
I don't know.
We all know you can fire frozen Brussels sprouts out your bumhole.
I wouldn't class it. Well, I personally don't class it as a superhuman ability, But I've been able to learn to play keyboards and guitar by ear. I never had any music lessons.
You just sing it like everybody else, you Wally.
What? But I've just
like everybody else is going, you know.
No, I just literally I could listen to a song and I can literally work it out and play it on keyboards or the guitar pretty quickly. You know, it doesn't take long for me to get a tune out. And regards sort of more to the spiritual side, it's something that has been developing for a long time.
Isn't Ellen clairaudient or empathic? I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, we're both the same. I think over the last 6 or 7 years.
Well, you're not both the same because, like, you know, you've got Willie for a start.
Over the last 6 or 7 years, the ability that I've had's got stronger, and I've been able to sense things more and sort of develop on that, which is something I'm really not too keen on doing. I don't particularly want to develop on that. I don't mind having Joanne with me, but going as far as getting her to communicate with other spirits, and that's not something I really sort of want to develop on, but have to in certain occasions, certain situations. I have to do something about it. And Ellen is the same. It just started off as a small thing, but has slowly built to a stage now where she picks up on stuff pretty quickly.
Started before I had Freddie.
It's weird.
Everybody has. I reckon everybody has some sort of power. Like I sent you a list, didn't I? There was that guy, Stephen Wiltshire, the autistic dude. Who I remember seeing the thing about him. He went up in a helicopter ride, and they took him. I think it was round the London skyline once, because he's got like a super photographic memory, and he saw the London skyline once, and then he put his earphones in, got a pen out, and did the whole of the London skyline on all this paper.
Yeah, he's
it's spot on.
Oh, what's his face? They call him a savant.
That's
but
right.
He is also autistic. And I got a sneaky suspicion that although everybody has some form of autism,
like a star child,
obviously the stronger versions, like myself, Ethan, and now Freddie, we've all got autism, but we can sort of develop a lot better certain aspects. Where with me, a lot of things, it's like I can soak up information like a sponge. And a lot of people call me Wangle. They ask me a question, I can give them an answer. And if I don't know it, I will Google it and let them know anyway, or I'll find out.
So you're the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, Britannica. Ethan's very good at things like engineering and mechanics and putting things together and working things out.
Mechanics.
And so of course he's got high functioning.
I'm very good with my fit.
He's got high functioning autism. So when you look at some of the biggest brains in the world, they're autistic. Albert Einstein was autistic.
Yeah, I couldn't agree.
Wasn't it Marilyn Monroe? She could understand string theory and quantum physics. She knew about it and could follow the thread. She didn't get it, but she understood it.
Yeah. But Stephen Wiltshire,
and one gene's linked to another. But
he was able to draw entire cities from memory after just seeing them once. And apparently he once drew a 19-foot long drawing of New York City after just a 20-minute helicopter ride.
So he did New York as well. I know he did London.
He did London. He did a lot of the London buildings and things like that. But he literally had a 20-minute helicopter ride over New York City, and he was able to draw it out. And I remember actually seeing him an article about him when he was a child, and he could have only been about 12 or 13 at the time when they did an article about him, and they literally would show him a map. I'm sure it was they'd give them a map, and they threw a dart at the map, and it would land on a certain place, and then they'd show him pictures of that place for about 5 seconds, and then he was able to then draw all of these items out on a piece of paper.
Oh, that's
it's bloody ridiculous, isn't it?
You know, and so I mean, of course, obviously, that is it a case of superhuman memory? He's autistic. His brain is wired differently to the neurotypical people, and so therefore, it's quite possible that his mind and the memory is a lot stronger, and his memory is able to pick up more detail than what ours are, because ours are maybe more closed off and not wired the same as his.
What about you, Lois? You got any latent superpowers or anything that any stories that you know about, or anybody who can go, I can read your mind, or anything like that?
I mean, I'm empath sensitive. I wouldn't say like I'm on the level like mediumship or anything like that. I used to do development classes with Barry John, and I think a lot of that helped as well. The one that always comes into my head when we're talking about obviously superhuman powers is the Dutch daredevil that can withstand like the worst temperatures, like freezing temperatures.
Wim Hof.
Yes.
The Norwegian guy, Wim Hof.
Yeah. He keeps his body temperature steady. I think he's pretty cool because.
I see what you did there. It's pretty cool.
So yeah, 1 hour and 13 minutes and 48 seconds is the record for him for being in the longest ice bath.
I used to watch. He did a program. I can't remember what the hell it was. It was all to do with they took celebrities and got them over the fears and got them to be able to withstand the temperatures, and he was leading them and all that. And his life, he had a shit life. Like his wife committed suicide. If I think it was either in front of him or he found the body, and then he found that for some reason he could withstand temperatures, and he just worked on it. And he teaches people in special forces and everything. It's like he's got an amazing story. But like, it's like
the best one he did was Everest. He's in the Guinness Book of Records. He's in the Guinness Book of Records 20 times, and his best one is back in 2007. He climbed Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
Sorry, it's the Lipton peach tea. Climbed Mount Everest, and he got to a height of 6.7 kilometers before he had to stop. But he was only wearing shorts. He was wearing nothing else, just shorts.
Mate, if I tried to do that, no plums. My plums would have gone.
I tell you, the second I did it, the snow, and I was wearing shorts, I'd have disappeared.
In fact, everything would have gone.
Imploded. But he got to 6.7 kilometers altitude in nothing but shorts. And the only thing that stopped him from going any higher was a foot injury.
Oh, my God.
It was a reoccurring foot injury that stopped him. Otherwise, he would have carried on going. But again, you see, then again, he would have had another problem then. Although he may have been able to maybe impervious to the extreme cold. But what about oxygen starvation? The air's thinner the higher up you go.
Was it not like he was using Buddhist techniques to help him through what he was doing?
Yeah, really, he does claim that he is able to, he can control his own inner thermostat with his mind.
Those monks can't they?
Oh, well, we won't go down the road with the monks, so they're just weird.
No, where are they?
The Garth monks.
The Garth, party on Garth. The Garth monks in Tibet. They're able to raise their body temperature, their core body temperature. No, their body temperature without moving a muscle, and their core temperature stays the same, but they can raise their surface temperature, skin temperature, by up to 8 degrees, I think it is, or something. Is that 8 degrees? Yeah, 8 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous. You know, like the people who can free dive. Yeah, those. Have you seen the guys who can free dive when they take the air in and they go and they suck it down and they push it down, and when they come back up, it goes like somebody just cracked an air canister open.
Well, look at that crazy man that jumped free. Was it? Quote me if I'm wrong, but the Tino jump for like space. He free fell to space all the way down. I was like, holy shit, that wouldn't be me. Oh no.
I watched that and he started to spin, and I remember them saying if he starts to spin, he will. If he can't get out of it, he's dead. And luckily, because he span for like 7 miles or something, didn't he? And then he managed to get himself out of it, and it was just like, oh, no.
That was a case of clench his buttocks, close his eyes, and go, "Oh my god, I've got to get out of this."
I bet you that pressure suit he had on was brown by the time it came back down.
I reckon it was full.
Probably that.
Pebble Dash. There was a Vietnamese guy called Thai Ngoc, and he claims to have not slept for 41 years. After a bout of fever in 1973, apparently he acquired this baffling ability. Doctors say he shows no ill effects of sleep deprivation, and is in fact mentally sound and able to carry 210 bags of pig feed for a distance of 4 kilometers every day. What that's got to do with not sleeping, I don't know, but there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Thai Ngoc, who doesn't sleep.
Oh,
But
the other one you... Oh, sorry, Wayne, on you go, honey.
Sorry, I was going to say, but does he? How do we know he doesn't sleep? We only got his word for it.
Exactly.
So, who was going to speak? Somebody was going to speak. Somebody's going to say something. For God's sake, say something. Come on.
Sorry, I was distracted.
And stop it. Stop it.
Recognise it.
Lois, what were you going to say?
Yes. Oh, no, right. Sorry. I'm distracted now. There's a guy that says he has the ability to understand animals. He's also known as the Lion Whisperer. He's became a legend worldwide for befriending wild animals, such as lions, cheetahs, and hyenas. The friendship's so complete that he's been filmed walking, playing, and sleeping with wild animals. And to be fair, I'm jealous because I would love to be up close personal with lions and tigers. I love big cats like that.
Was his name Dr. Dolittle?
Well, no, his name Kevin Richardson.
I don't know Dr. Dolittle, but I do know, I've heard that there's a dog whisperer down in Bristol way, something like that, a Chihuahua whisperer. I can't remember what the name is.
Dickie Spacey.
I think it's Dickie Smalls or something like that. I can't remember. If I find out, I'll let you know. Anyway. So, yeah. What about the blind boy?
Oh, the one that can see?
I don't know. I can't see him.
The one who does echolocation, and he does that.
Oh, he does a series of
clicks.
clicks.
I'm thinking a different one.
Yeah.
He can ride, what is it? He lost the sight of both his eyes. What's his name? Daniel Kish.
Aye, that's the one that can see.
He's the real, being classed as the real life Batman.
Yeah.
I am Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm bald.
Yeah, he lost both of his eyes at the age of 13 months to retinal cancer.
Oh my God.
As a child, he began to click with his mouth and taught himself to navigate his surroundings through echolocation. And looking at the picture of this, sob doing that.
Yeah.
He can ride a bike. He hikes alone and does everything a sighted person can, claiming that his sight is even better due to the fact that he can see through walls and there's 360-degree vision. He now travels the world and runs his organisation, World Access for the Blind, that teaches blind children to echolocate.
So I think that's awesome. That was the premise for Daredevil, wasn't it? You didn't see that one coming. Yeah, because Daredevil, he did that, doesn't he? He uses echo, and when his superpowers go mad, he uses echolocation, doesn't he? That somebody had to do that joke, didn't they? Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Oh, and Eric saw that. What is wrong with you, though? This is why you watch the show, isn't it? Because you've got the same sense of humour as us.
I've got a sneaky suspicion Joe Mack's got a problem with her laptop.
If it's on the app on the phone, I have to keep refreshing it to keep it.
No, she's using a laptop.
Oh, I don't know then. You should be getting them just coming up automatically.
She keeps getting it on the live. It just keeps coming up, but she's got problems.
What about the battery man who's got a picture of him with a sausage that looks, well... I'll let you read that out.
Sorry?
The battery man.
Oh, bear with.
The one with the burnt sausage.
Oh, I've lost it. Hang on.
Kind of looks like a small dog's penis, that sausage. I don't know why. Can't remember what's...
Oh, shit.
No,
Excuse me. Oh. Which one were we talking about?
The
Because I was quite interested by the man with infinite endurance.
Oh, I quite like that one.
I quite like that. Dean Karnazes, I think that's how you say it, is an American ultra marathon runner whose body does not exhibit any signs of physical exhaustion ever.
Our accents aren't cool. Good God. Do you Americans think that the British accent is cool? Or do you people around the world, do you think that our accents are cool? I say there is.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Lois, go get me some Cool Whip.
Oh, I knew this was going to be a hell of a ride coming on with you tonight. Oh,
no,
wow.
Brian, it's not Cool Whip. It's Cool Whip.
You're eating her!
Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway.
He once ran for 350 consecutive miles, foregoing sleep for 3 days straight. His latest achievement was running 50 marathons in all 50 US states in 50 consecutive days, ending with the New York Marathon, which he completed in 3 hours flat. Scientists have concluded that he could literally run until he died of old age.
Fuck that.
Holy shit, man.
Nuts.
Some people are just made of steel.
If you'd seen
It's a bit
the
like,
sausage, you wouldn't say that.
Oh, what's his face? Forrest Gump, wasn't it? When he went from one side
Oh.
to the other, he just kept going backwards and forwards.
I'm just going to show you the battery man's sausage.
Holy shit.
What the hell did he do to that?
Electricity. It's arcing out.
Oh, wow.
You sure he didn't try to insert it and then withdraw it?
Maybe it fell off. Maybe he got struck by lightning and there was a dull slapping sound and then he went,
I was thinking more he put it through some sort of machine. The way he's hanging. What about the one that's the most famous real life werewolf and comes through rural Mexican?
What?
Who?
The one that's a werewolf. I can't say werewolf, by the way. Leave me alone.
Werewolf.
Yes.
Oh, he's got lupus. Not lupus. He's got that syndrome, innit, where he's Mexican or something, and they got all the facial hair all over hair. Actually, I can't remember.
Yeah.
What it's called. We had a case of somebody that genuinely thought they were a werewolf in Hull, late 70s up to mid 80s, I think it was. And it turned out he had I can't remember what the hell they call it, but it's that disease where you think you think you've got you're going to turn into a werewolf, were bat, were tiger, were chihuahua, something, I don't know. But you know, this guy thought he did. A Southend werewolf is very interesting. Yeah, there was him, and there was one in Hull as well, and he attacked a few people. He got done for it, but he was a bit. So yes, I think there's probably a few people out there who think that they're a were beast of some sort. But, I don't know. I haven't said anything.
But wear something. Anyway,
Good.
How about at the age of 6 months, Liam Hoekstra could walk upright without assistance, including up the stairs. By the age of 1, he could do chin-ups. By the age of 18 months, he would lift and move the furniture in his family's home. And Liam was born with an extremely rare condition, a deficiency in myostatin, and that's a protein that limits the growth of muscle within the body. His muscle growth is uninhibited, which has led to him possessing 6 times the strength of children his age.
Surely that's got to be bad as you get older, because your heart's a muscle, isn't it? That's why they say a lot of cardio is not actually good for you, because you can't toughen the muscle up in your heart. Because
well, I don't know how accurate this picture is, but that just looks really freaky.
No, that's real. I've seen stuff on him, and it's real. He's proper.
His mother must have found it hard to feed him. They must have been like, holy shit. Mark's froze again. Let's do a caption of what his face looks like. Oh, it's went.
He was saying something and it went again. Why is it? See, my thing is the router is literally beside the computer. The router's right there. It's about that far away from the laptop.
Well, see, I was going to do a caption of your face there, but you unfroze, so it was a bit of a...
What was it again?
Aye, it was like, that's the face that you make when you discover that you're becoming famous.
What else were we going to talk about? Oh yeah, one of the things that I think we should issue tonight and talk about. We'll carry on with superhumans in a little bit. I think we should cover certain aspects of, I don't know, paranormal bullying, stuff like that, something like that. Just to go there and just say, unfortunately, it does exist in this world, and we should just all soldier on and carry on as if nothing's ever happened, and just ignore the bullying. And then that way we can all get on with each other and have a nice show. Can't we?
Of course, always.
There you go.
What do you want me to do? Come at you with a silver platter? Yes, madam. What would you like? No. See you tomorrow.
Oh, bye, night.
Are you going as well, Ethan?
It's 10 o'clock.
Oh, well, good night.
We'll be with you in a minute.
Oh, okay. You better come in and have it then. Sorry, folks.
That's okay.
You all right? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree with you, Mark. There's no need for any sort of bullying whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. And there's also no need for lying.
No, there isn't
either.
any need for lying
And
either.
spreading lies. That is one thing that I do not like and will not tolerate in any way, shape, or form. So going around spreading lies just to make yourself look a victim is not a good idea by anyone.
It is also not right.
I think especially see when you turn around and you put up with that, that you've always been against bullying prevention, and this is a big thing in your life. And when you retweet someone who makes a flipping comment, who will remain nameless, who makes a flipping comment, and you put up this big thing about mental health and everything else, right? Then really you're being hypocritical, because what you're doing is, when you're going in this mad rampage right now, there's a difference between challenging and antagonising. Challenging, yeah, people are allowed to challenge. I challenge things. Everybody challenges things. But when you're throwing out more statuses, then God knows, attacking everyone, and it's not just paranormal investigators, it's people who have opinions that are different to yourself. Then it's that kind of way of, you know, how can you turn around and say you're against bullying, but you're bullying people that have different opinions from yourself? It's mental.
And the thing is, editing your replies. Editing your replies to make people look like they're lying, and then they forget that people have already taken screenshots of the original replies. So it's a bit silly, really. It's Harry Potter!
Did you hear Ghost? Yeah.
I heard Ghost yell.
So she came up to the bathroom when I was in that bathroom. So she poked her head round the bathroom and saw I wasn't there, and she came out like all spooked. And night, came out of the bedroom, he's like, oh!
My big white German Shepherd got spooked and jumped to bloody mouth just now.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we come off of this subject, I'm not going to say any more after what I'm going to say now, because I can remember saying about the word stop, and the word stop being an order or a command word.
Yeah.
Now, I will only say this once, and I'm going to say it on here. I will not say it again, and I will not repeat it again. But it means that a command word are used, or command words are used in sentences to instruct or order an action to take place. They are sometimes called imperative verbs, and they do not always need a subject. Often, a command will begin with an imperative verb or with a time connective. Sometimes a command word may exist on its own, such as stop. So therefore, I was right in my comment the other day that the word stop is a command or an order. Case closed.
Yep. And changing the narrative to suit yourself and trying and lying about others and making up stuff is not the best thing to do, really.
No.
So,
because then that is liable.
I should say. It is, especially when we have the screenshots.
Yes.
So anyway, that's
So,
enough about that.
Who likes Crocs?
And
Like,
Anyway,
random, let's go.
my favourite, right, has got to be now.
Yeah, my favourite. Yeah, you tell us what your
gonna
favourite is.
I'm not going to say it's because any one person, because it's more than one person, because I know more than one person that can do this. Right, and that's the monk with the impenetrable skin.
But only as a joke. Like, you're only joking. It's only joking.
Yeah, yeah, but shut up.
Right. I can't believe it's not butter, I tell you.
Get off. Yeah, I know. I don't like it. I want to go home.
I want that one. I don't look at that.
Yeah, money. Anyway, yeah, Zhao Rui, I think that's how you say it, is a Shaolin monk who has trained himself to withstand dangerously sharp objects. In a shocking stunt, Rui can hold a power drill against his temple without breaking his skin for 10 seconds. Other incredible feats, including bending an iron bar against his throat and lying upon sharpened metal spikes while breaking stones with his head. Now, I know that quite a few monks that can do that. And they all went on tour with the Chinese State Circus.
Yes, they did. Wheel of Life, I think it was called.
And they were able, not only were they bending iron bars in their throats, but some of them, they'd got a metal spear. You can't see it from your name badge, but they would put the spear there, and they would bend. They would bend the main bar of the spear,
the shaft of the spear,
the shaft with their neck. You know, so he is not the only person that can do it. I mean, you know, I don't see why he's in this article, to be honest, but there are a lot of the Shaolin monks can have that ability. And it is something to do with...
knitting needles?
No, I don't think we've got any need to sharpen knitting needles, to be honest.
Stick them up your nose.
Hang on a minute, I got that wrong. Hang on. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because like sometimes you could be. Oh, what was that word? Like I can't remember. Back, step back, forkers, back spooners.
Back passage.
I can't quite remember.
But so I mean, it's a very strange ability to be able to do something like that. I think it's something to do with they were originally claiming that it was all mind over matter, and it's the way they train and the chi and everything else.
There is
enables them to have this ability.
There is a form of kung fu called Lao Gara, as you guys may or may not know. I used to teach martial arts. I've done 13 martial arts on Black Belt 8, Master 4, and I spent 7 years putting together my own martial art. I'm quite well known with that stuff. I do use Chi, and I've studied Chi, and I've done the black and white medicine of ninjutsu, so you can use good and bad side of it. Cheese
I haven't
real.
had chi in ages, actually.
It's
I'm always
real. It
drinking-
does exist.
I'm always drinking
Shut
coffee.
your mouth. It is real. It does exist. And it's like the Force in Star Wars, if you believe it or not. But I was always skeptical as hell about it. Like with a lot of stuff from paranormal, skeptical as hell until I was shown it and shown how to use it myself. And then once when I did my first ever chi move, I was like, holy crap, it's
Don't
real.
tell me I could-
So I can't do it like these guys can. They can make themselves impervious. I can just do it for power, but they do it to be impervious. And Laogar Kung Fu, I've seen them do it, and they wrap like strips of metal around their necks, and they can break metal bars over their heads and stuff like that. It's a bit like a Saturday night out over in the UK, really. But yeah, it's real stuff.
I must admit, I'm going back quite a few years now. I don't do it as much now, but a few years ago, there was a thing on early hours of the morning on one of the channels.
I'd love to try that.
This guy, it was a Chinese guy, and he was teaching exercise without exercising.
Really?
Sounds messed up, but basically, what you would do was you'd stand there and you'd have your feet level with the ends of your shoulders. So you got like a big balloon between your feet. And then you would bend your knees as if you're about to sit down on a giant balloon. And then you would lift your arms up like you got a balloon under each arm and you're holding a balloon.
The ball.
No, and that's it. You just stand there. You just stand
That's
there.
the start position in
and he was
Qigong.
Yeah, so you're just basically you're sitting on an imaginary balloon and holding an imaginary balloon in your hands, and you just literally do that. And to start off with, it was for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then each time you did it, you extended it by a minute each time until you could just basically stand there for about half an hour. But the problem was the backs of your thighs and the backs of your calf muscles and the fronts of your calf muscles absolutely caned afterwards. But you felt the difference after doing it for about a week.
There's a stance that you do in Shotokan called riding horse stance. We can use it in a lot of karate, actually. And that's a similar thing. And you crouch down and you like that. And you know. But I'll tell you what, I've got a very quick one you guys can do. Lois, you and you guys in chat room, do it with me. Right, what you got to do, extend your hands like that. Just do it sitting down. Put your hand up like that.
I can't do that. I'm too close to my iPad.
Do it to the side.
Go back. Come on, man. Get moving back. Move back.
No. Shut up. Right, put them out like that. Now do one like that. One like that.
He did the mash.
Put your hands like that, and then go like this. Just very slowly go like that. There you go. That's a Estonian martial art called Pop Do.
Oh, you're a bastard, you are.
It's a Bristol martial art, that is.
He did the monster mash. He did
I just got them both there going
I feel like I've done a cow there.
Okay, how many of you viewers were doing that at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to shoot because I didn't even manage his tablet back. But thank you very much for having me.
To be honest,
You're welcome. Anytime. We're going to finish anyway in a minute.
I think it might have to be a short one tonight because I've still got a bathroom to paint.
Oh shit! Well, in that case, we'll give it a minute and a half, and then we'll come off because that'll be exactly.
I'll tell you what. I'll hang it out with you. I've came this far with you. I might as well wait another minute and a half all day.
Because I got my mother arriving from Corfu tomorrow afternoon.
Like, are you going to go and pick her up in your combine?
No, I'm going to go and pick her up in my combine harvester with a tractor.
Combine harvester with a tractor on the back.
Yeah, my tractor's going to be in tow because the combine harvester's going to break down.
Is your tractor broken down? Or is it
Yeah,
combine
because I got
broken
foresight, you see.
down? What you using that cognitive fundum? You're using that.
I looked in my cat balls and they flashed to indicate the combine harvester was going to break down.
Is that how you got that scratch in your cheek when you tried to look in the cat balls and the cat went? Is that what you've been munching on, cat balls? Is that what it is?
Oh, guys, can I just show you what I've got before I go?
Go on.
Oh, 2 secs.
No, it's not. It's Viv's Willie.
Do you reckon you could go to Ann Summers and you could buy like a massive schlong and then put some like cat ball stuff in it so that you could just stick this thing with a sucker on?
Just
and every
fill a
time
cat
he
ball.
came near it, he went.
Just fill a condom with cat balls.
By the way, this was recommended. I seen somebody on TikTok. Now, guys, I'm being serious, right? Called Dick Spacey. And what Dick Spacey recommended was two things. First of all, he recommended K2 He says these are the best things. He says, but this wasn't the top buy. The top buy was the cat ball. He said, but this is amazing. He said was the number one thing for paranormal investigation. Dick Spacey. Check him out, guys, on TikTok.
Dick Spacey. Right, I'll have to do that. Dick Spacey. There you go.
Is that Kevin Spacey's relative?
Oh. 13 twice, Kevin Spacey. Right. There you go, cat balls and K2 meters, as recommended by the guys and gals on the Dark Mirror Radio. We use them ourselves. Nothing wrong with using them. Anybody out there?
Many other groups.
Everybody out there, no matter what form of the paranormal you're in, if you go investigating, if you do research, whatever, wear what you want, use whatever equipment you want, whatever you feel most comfortable in. It's your choice, nobody else's. You do what you want to do. And on that note, I have no doubt one of us will be back in the week on somebody's show, and we'll be back next Monday.
I won't be.
We will have a very... What?
I won't be.
You bloody well. We got a very special guest next week.
I got my mother here.
So?
Oh, well, what? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What's the date next week? I'll be gone past the 23rd next week.
Yeah. It will be the 24th.
It'll be the 24th. No, I'll be all right. Should have gone by then.
We have a Mr. David Young on the show with us next week. Fingers crossed. UFO aficionado and expert, and very nice all-round guy. So he'll be joining us for a talk about UFOs. Lois,
and
anytime you like, let us know when you want to come on. What?
I had the privilege of doing the Colchester Ghost Tour with him a few weeks back.
Yeah.
And we had a bloody good time. The guy that was doing the tour wasn't 100% accurate with some of the stuff, and there was a lot of stuff. There was a few bits that he missed out. But it was a really, really good night, and it was only a tenner. And when we finished, we all ended up in the Red Lion Hotel having a free drink.
There you go.
It was a pretty good night.
Well, he'll be joining us next week, and he's a well-known UFO guy. So if you want to join us for a chat about UFOs, join us next week, Monday, 9 p.m. As I say, no doubt in the week, somewhere along the Spooky Network, you will see one of all of us, or all of us, on various people's shows. Lois, thank you. Where's Lois? She's there. Lois, thank you very much for joining us. No, you're not. You're over there. There. On my screen, if I look there, she's there. But everybody else sees her there.
In reverse.
There.
That's the one. Look at the dress there.
Right, look at the dress. Lois, thank you for joining us. You're welcome to join us anytime you like, all right? And Wayne, it's been really interesting talking to you, mate.
No problem, buddy.
We may have to get some translators in next time we talk to each other, and if Lois comes on, because I don't know what I am brew. I don't know what that's all about. We'll talk again. Thank you for joining us in the chat room.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
You're welcome. Be sure to tell everybody about the Dark Mirror Radio Show, and we will see you next week, if not before. So, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Lois. I say Lois. Bye-bye. Right.
Bye.
No, I'm
See ya.
asking.
Bye.